Hello, should I buy and sell in the same day under swing trading? The answer is no. If you buy and sell the same day, you buy stock and sell the same day, it is like if you are day trading. It might happen to do that, but if you do it a certain number of times in a week, your brokerage firm might classify you as a day trader, and there is some requirement for day trading. But if you want to swing trade, when you buy one day, chances are you might sell it the next day or the day after, or few weeks later, few months later. And for the strategy we are using this year, which is long option and swing trading strategy, we are selling months later. So, but yeah, day trading, you buy and sell the same day. Swing trading, you are buying and selling along the same side of the swing. If we assume that this is a swing, then you are buying and selling on one side of the swing, the upside of it. And that is one way. And there are other strategy where you can borrow to sell and then buy it back on the downside of the swing as well. But I just prefer on the strategy where I buy and sell on one side of the swing. And for long option and swing trading strategy we are using this year, I'm taking the valley and the peak of the mountain to be my entry point and my exit point. Therefore, buying and selling on the same side of the upside wall of the mountain. So again, it's just a bigger swing, and within that you have smaller swing as well. And this can take, multiple months. For instance, this purchase here where I have the arrow was in May, in March, and we sold it in June. So that is how long we kept it. But we purchased it before in February. There it pulled back on us, we purchased it again, and then we sold it here. So we didn't buy and sell it the same day. But last year I used short option and swing trading strategy, and we purchase and sell every few days. If I pick an example of a stock here, you can see those arrows here, and that is we have the year and the dates on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from 0 up. Arrows facing up shows where we purchased, and arrows facing down show where we sold. And when we zoom cards, for instance, to look, we can see that we purchased it there, we sold it there. We are using maximum daily chart, so every candlestick is a day time frame. Therefore, even if we are looking at this one, we purchased it somewhere there, 3 days later we sold it. We purchased it here, the next day we sold it. We purchased it here, the next day we sold it. And I know there was an instance where I purchased and sold it the same day, but it was one time last year, I believe. But a lot of time is the third day I will sell it. And because I was trading it on a short uptrend line, and just trading it along that. So buy and sell it when it pull back again. I'll buy it and sell it when it pull, like buy when it pull back and sell it 2-3 days later. But with our long option and swing trading strategy, I prefer to wait to buy it at the valley and sell it around the peak. So to be able to do that next year, 2026, you and I are going to analyze our master list to see what stocks from that list we can pull to create our 2026 watch list. And the first one we are going to analyze together today is BLDR. To do that type of analysis to gather stocks for your watch list, we are going to use maximum monthly chart. BLDR. That allows you to see multiple years. Those dotted line you can see are years. That allows you to see multiple years in front of you so that you can judge the quality and the trend of this stock chart, the long-term trend. You can have a feel of it to see if that's a stock you want to put in your watch list. And what you are looking for is to have higher lows at the valley of the mountain and have higher highs at the peak of the mountain, and to have higher highs at the peak of the mountain, you want to be seeing new high closer to current year than not, unless it is on its way down to the valley line. So here we trace some lines that we color coded, and it seems to me that this is going to be the valley line for it, because clearly it breached this one. So this one could well be a valley line supporting the upside wall of the mountain that it is claiming. Keep in mind that the line is not just a tiny line, but it can be an area. So therefore, those not too close could just be, this one could just be maybe it came close to it enough. I'm not entirely sure, but I try to touch base there and here. But you just want to trace your lines passing by the obvious V bottom that you can see, at the bottom of the chart, to see if you are having higher lows. Higher lows will allow you to trace an upward line, an oblique line tilted upward, and that means that even your valley line is growing. So when you see this one right now is at the valley line, so that means even if you are not done creating your list, if this will make it to your 2026 list, you might want to take note of it so that when it start going up from there, you can catch it. So this is not going to be a buying point for us. Therefore, I'm just going to go back to a gray line, which is the default color, and this is going to be the line we will buy at. And I'm just going to keep this. That is the color we used this year. I'm just going to keep it like that, and I'm not entirely sure if it will come any lower than that, but let's touch base with those bottom V's to see where that will take us. There is a chance it might decide to come back down, but we are not going to wait if it does not come back down there, and then what? So we can buy at this line. If it comes back down there, then we can buy some again. But now let's look at the peak, and yes, it's making higher highs every few years, and the last one was in 2024. It has not done it yet, so it pulled back and will start going up from there. So we can go to maximum daily chart to see what is going on. Okay, so it breached that line and is going a little bit below it. Good. So we'll keep an eye on it, so that when we start going up from there, we see few higher lows, we can just buy some. And I think it seems to me that these stocks I might have in my portfolio, I could well have purchased it in 2024 and got stuck in it. So I've been if that's the case, I've been in this trade for more than a year now, buying it this high. But again, I don't even remember, because it's not keeping me awake at night. So and it's not even on my 2025 watch list, so that'll be in my 2024 watch list. And I know that if it's going to make it to our 2026 watch list, so if it's going up from here, we will buy. And I don't think it's any time really to start going up from there, though, the way it's going down. So there is no point we add it to a list yet, but it's going to be. So we can go back and look. Let's see 2024 watch list. Yes, it is there. We purchased it and we have not sold it yet. So but it's not in our 2025 watch list, but because it's going down, there is no point of adding it to the list. And those are, as we are discovering, some I'm adding them here when they are ready to be purchased, and the one that I highlighted, I placed those orders already the past this week or last week, or a combination of both. But this one, I don't think is anytime ready to go there yet. So but yeah, therefore I'm sure we will catch it before December, or I don't know, BLDR. Why not? We can just leave it there for now if I haven't write it well. But let's go back. So yes, we are going to add it to our list. So now let's go to L.L.C. I believe this one is in our 2025 watch list, and we purchased it there in 2025 and we sold it there, and we have not purchased it yet. Now it is on its way down. But let's go to maximum monthly chart. So we have the line that we trace. Right now we have two lines and we don't know which one is going to touch base with before start going up, but we are going to keep both going into 2026. We will be trading it on both. If it breach this one and come down to this, then this one it is. So we know that this line is uptrending. It is the valley line. This is shorter. There is a chance it might come back down to this one. Look at the way it claimed it sharply without moving away from it. That's neat. Now let's look at the peak here. Clearly it's having higher highs when it comes to peak. So therefore it is a yes to add it to the watch list for 2026. The next one is CSL. CSL, okay, we purchased it there already, but we have this line that there is a chance it might come to this line. We are not entirely sure, but we don't want to wait just in case it does not come back there. If it comes there, we just get trapped in it here, and we might purchase some more here, but time will tell. But as you can see, we have higher lows at the valley of the mountain, and this is a good valley line. This is a good one, but it's just so upward that I'm not entirely sure if it's going to continue that or if it's going to come back down. So we have those two selected. This one that we wanted to trade this year, and this one for 2026. So we are going to keep both. If we start going up from there, then this is the valley line, at least for the time being. And as for the peak, clearly it's making higher high every 2 years or so. So therefore it is a yes. And the next one is AOS, and this is all-time high because we are using a maximum monthly chart. Is all-time highest price. You can see in the history of this stock, those high that you will see on the chart is all-time high. That's why we are using a maximum daily chart or maximum monthly chart, because we are using the peak and the valley to determine where to sell, where to buy. AOS. So AOS we never traded before. So together let's trace some valley lines. You see how I trace it passing by the obvious V that I can see from the past toward the present and the price. Okay, I don't have a lot of touch point with this one. And I have more touch point with this one. This will be the valley line, and it is multiple years long. Now let's look at the peak. We have this peak, 1, 2, 3, 4 years later we got another one, and 2 years later we got another one, and now it is at this valley line. Is it going to come back down here? I'm not entirely sure. We can take a try and buy it at this valley line. If it comes back down here, then we know this is not the valley line. It's just a big mountain, a chain of mountain, and this is supporting it, and this will be the valley line. But we are not going to wait too long to get back in. Okay, so this higher peak is kind of close to this one, but then it pulled back. So, but it took a while to come back here, and it's been resting there. So we can make this you know, the line going into 2026, and yes, it's going to make it to our preliminary. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that word well. Preliminary watch list for 2026, because it has higher lows at the valley and higher highs at the peak. But because it's around that line, we can go to maximum daily chart to see what is going on. Okay, it's still going down. It touched base with it, went up, pull back, and doing that. So when it came back to where we are going to buy, oh, it's not what I should have done. When we come to the daily chart, we can activate it, and then we can adjust it, stretch it longer, and things like that. In fact, it's right there as well. So with this Monday, no, Monday, I think I also said the fund in our portfolio currently. So in fact, it pulled back and start going up from there. But yeah, I had to wait for the end of the month to move some of our paychecks to the account before we can buy more. But so when we are looking at it, you see it touch base. A lot of time when it touch base with the valley line, I like to see few higher lows before I buy, and I'm trying to see if there is, and it's just an indication for me that it broke that trend that is going down by changing direction. Does that make sense? But one thing, so that we do not buy and then it'll just continue going down again and we get trapped. But if we were able to determine the valley line, a good valley line to buy at, I like to see, instead of waiting for higher lows around there before I buy, to see if I can just buy around that valley line, with keeping in mind that it might pull back a little bit below that before it start going up. And the reason why I'm saying that is, do you see, when I put my mouse here with those uptrending lines, when I put my mouse, the corresponding price is 59. Even though it went up and pulled back and start going down again, the price here, the closing price is 65. So even though it's still around the valley line, it's around the valley line at a higher price. So that's why I'm thinking that, you know, in instances like this where it's taking its time around this valley line since April and we are in November, slowly the price is going higher even though it's still around the valley line. So that is why I'm saying, you know, I'll just keep an eye on it, and as soon as we have money in the account, I can make some purchase there. For the time being, we will see if it's going to continue going up or if it's going to pull back. But I think this is a yes, and because it's at the valley line, we like to buy it. Well, it's a double yes. So we are going to put it here, AOS, and we are going to code it blue, meaning yeah, it's time to buy. And I'm not sure I'm using a good color there to distinguish it from the black that is there. I think I'm going to use that. But so yes, so one more we are going to analyze is WM. Okay, WM, we purchase it. So let's take a look at the line that we trace. Let's see if we can trace one from this, where that will take us. It's just going to be this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this one, and together we can just extend it. Okay, so for chances that it'll come back down to this could just be slim, because for decade it has been on this rise. So this is a good line that we might buy at. This is a long one, but I feel like it could well come back down to this. I'm not entirely sure, but since it seems to, I feel like it's repeating this pattern around here, the shape of the chart look about the same, so I make a purchase around this valley line. and I don't know if that's a valley line supporting, it's a support line supporting the upside wall of the mountain, and it might come back down to here or not. I'm not entirely sure, but I think there is a chance it might come back down to this, or the lowest it might come back down to might be this one. So we can make those two to be where we will want to buy moving forward, and just keep an eye on it. And since it's already around this valley line, I believe I made a purchase, and I purchased it as it start going up from there, and that's why I have a narrow there. It's probably purchased it this week, 3 days ago there, but because it pulled back to that valley line and start going up from there, and we purchased it. But we are just going to keep an eye on it, and we purchased it before in multiple times in 2024 and closed toward the end of 2024, and we sold it there because we purchased it, it pulled back, we kept it, and then we sold it there when it reached a new high, and we just got out, and it did this zigzag here, and now it came back down again. Some reason it didn't touch base with that support line though, so I'm not sure if it's going to pull around and come back down to it, or if it's going to try to come back lower. But that is the strategy we are using, and feeling more confident with those stocks we are trading. If we purchase it, we are not too hesitant to get in the trade at a line that we consider the valley line, and if it turn out to be now a valley line, you prefer a lower line, we just kept in the portfolio and might decided to buy it again at that lower valley line, because we know that for us to find it again at that low price could take years. Therefore, that is a strategy we are using, but we are going to continue doing that to be able to see if that's a good strategy to begin with, and the experience will come with practice. So I'm not saying that's what you should be doing, but I'm just sharing it with you what I'm doing. Even though I have the rules, I'm trying to see how I can stretch the strategy to see all the angles that strategy can benefit me in swing trading. So again, this is going to make it to our 2026 watch list as well, and for those 5 stocks that you and I review today, all of them are candidates for 2026 watch list. Thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you for all your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in soul.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more of our swing trading strategy, or how to create your own watch list going into 2026, please check the playlist in the description of this video. And as you can see, some stocks pull back to the valley line and start getting ready to start going up already. So don't wait until 2026 to start swing trading. Get ready now, so that when you see those stocks already that will make it to your watch list and they are already climbing up, you join the race with them. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com, and we have a tote bag listed. If you are interested in a tote bag, will you please check it out, please? Thank you for your time.